Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be working on Bronze Problem 1, the lost cow. So basically what this problem is about is, so Farmer John is at position X and the cow is at position Y. And Farmer John needs to go in a zigzag in order to find the cow. So what the zigzag means is it needs to go to X plus 1, and then X minus 2, and then X plus 4, and so on. All the way until basically he passes the position Y of the cow. And then we count up the distance that he would travel towards the cow. So the first two lines that we're given is simple, it's just X and then Y. And then this is just the distance. So let me paint it out for you guys. So on a simple 1D plane, we have X is 3 and Y is 6. So X plus 1, this will be 4. And let's add a total of distance over here. So distance right now would be 1. Okay, so then we'll go over here. So X minus 2 is 1, right? And so that would be a distance of 2, right? And then from here, you would do X plus 4, which is 7. And that is a distance of 4. But think about this. We just passed 6. So think about this. So Farmer John would go from 3 to 4, right? So from here to here would be a distance of 1. Okay, well, let's just restart back at 3. Now he's going to go for two units over there, right? And then he'll just try going 4 units over here, but eventually he'll get to the cow. So right here is actually only a distance of plus 3. So the total distance would be 6. Also, we have to take into account the walking back. So he walks over here, that's 1 unit over there, and he didn't find it. So he didn't find number 6, so he would move back 1 unit. So that's a net distance of another plus 1. And then he would walk over here, and that's 2, but he didn't find it, so we'll walk back 2 again, back to our original position. So that's another plus 2. And then from 3, we'll walk X plus 4. This is X plus 4. And so we'll walk X plus 4, and eventually we'll reach it, which is just plus 3. So if you add all of these together, plus 6, right? Plus 1 plus 2, which is from these. And then you get 9. And that's how they got 9. So basically, Farmer John will keep walking back and forth, starting from X is 3, all the way until they reach 6. So that's how it works. Okay, so from this diagram, we're gonna create a program for that. Okay, so we'll do if stream bin lost cow.in off stream spawn lost cow.out. So int x bin x. So now we have X and Y, which is 3 and 6. Okay. So we'll have, so we need to determine X plus 2, or we need to keep looping until the X and the X plus the multiple is between the Y. So int mult is equal to 1, right? So mult is starting at 1 because we do X plus 1. Yes. Okay, so now that we have a multiple, which is what we'll keep adding on to for the new x and the old x, so let's create an in-between function. In between. We'll plug in the y and the minimum and the maximum. So if y is greater than the minimum and y is less than the maximum, then we'll return true. Otherwise, return false. Here, we can just do this actually. It should do the same thing. Okay. So, while we're gonna keep looping until the x and the new x is between this number, right? So while x, or while not in between y, x, and x plus mults, we'll just keep on looping. Okay, that should be it. Now, so on the first iteration, we'll have x plus 1, right? So do x, actually, I'll create a new one. So new pause, and this will be x plus mult. So if we were iterating from this case, the new pause would be the 4 and x would be 3. So we have to check if y is between these values. So well, actually no, we don't, because it's gonna end from the while loop anyway. Let's just take into account the total distance this is. So dist to 0, and then we'll just do dist plus new pause, so that's 1. And then we'll do a little check right here. So if not in between y, the x, and new pause, you know what, I'll just break out the while loop later. So if it's not in between, if y is not between x and the new position, then we'll just add the distance again to kind of symbolize the walking back from there after you walk forward. So that should be good. And then we'll just walk back. So then we'll just loop again. But otherwise, let me think. So if it isn't in between, then it'll just add it back and it'd restart. Over here, we also need to take into account that mults need to be multiplied by -2, because if you realize, the zigzag pattern goes in x plus 1, and then x minus 2, and x plus 4. And if you realize this, the variable x is being added by is actually going to be multiplied by -2 each time. So 1 times -2 times -2 is 4, and that's the pattern. And so if it's not in between these, we'll just add it back, and then since mults is now -2, we'll just restart and pause. New pause is just x plus mult, it's just 1, and then x is 3, of course, and the distance is between these. Or actually, the distance should not be new pause. We shouldn't be adding this to go to new pause. We should be adding the distance between the the x and x plus mult. So we're gonna do abs x plus mult, or x minus x plus mult. So we just found distance between x and the new x. Actually, to make it less confusing, we'll just do that. So it's just the absolute value between x and its new position. And if y is not between there, we'll just add another set. So that should be mainly everything. Okay, so if y is between x and x plus mult, then we'll find the distance at which x and the y is. So this abx x minus y. Okay, and then we'll just add that to the distance, and then he'll reach the cow. So I think that should be it. Just add that and then break it out of there. Then we'll just return. Oh wait, we'll do spawn output dist cout dist. Let me see my current lost cow. Okay, this is the first one. Let's see if I get 9 or not. I get 13 on this one. So what we do, okay, I see. Here, I'll do a new region right here, which you cannot do in C++. Here, let's do an iteration based on out here first. Okay, wait, actually, I think it doesn't matter. So at first, x is gonna be plus 1, so it's gonna be 3, right? So 3 plus 1 is 4. And we add the distance absolute value of x minus 4, which is 1. Distance is plus 1 right here. So we check if y is between x and 3 and 4. So it's not. So we add back a new set of the distance to walk back. Now we multiply by 2, right? Then we continue looping. So 3 minus 2, which is 1, is our new pause. And then we add the distance between that and that, which is 2. And that's not between there, so we have plus 2 now. Plus 2, and then mult times 2. Yeah, and then, yeah, it's just, okay, I see. So I'm adding ABS, I'm adding the distance between here and here. So if it was 7, I would be adding I'd be adding 4, and then I'd be adding 3, which is between 3 and 7 and 3 and 6, because I didn't really check right here. So here's what I would do. I would do, right, so distance, we just add 4, right? And then we minus we minus y, we minus the absolute value of y to, okay, yeah, distance, we minus the absolute value of y minus the final one, so new pause. So basically what I did was, so we do add 1, right? Then when we go back, we do add 1 again, correct? Same thing for here. We go over here, we do add 2, then we do add 2 again, right? But when we go to 7, we found that we're actually between 6. So at first it automatically added a 4, but then we checked, we're like, oh, 6 is in between 3 and 7. So then what we do after that is we minus the distance between this 6 and 7 in order to only add this distance plus that distance. I'm not sure if that makes total sense, but that's how I did it. And let me see if it works. Yeah, now it's 9. So I would find the minimum between x and pause right there. Then right here, I would find the max. So that should be good. Okay, yeah, that worked. And that should be 4. Yeah, that should be 4. So basically my problem was I never took into account if x was greater than y, because if it was, I mean, I just kind of assumed x would always be lower than y, which is why I just set x as minimum instead of actually checking those minimum. As you can see, guys, I got all 10s. I'm dead on the inside. I've attempted this like 5 times. Yeah, bye.